Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new video drops. And Mandalorian Season 3 just finished. I actually enjoyed Mandalorian Season 3. I talk about this a lot in the review. If you never, I'm not going to waffle on. I'm going to get into the review pretty darn quick. I just finished a live stream in which I did a lengthy review of it because I enjoyed it a lot and I thought it was very good. And I give the reasons why I think it was good. Although I do understand why people are pissed off with it. I mean, the reasons are reasonably fair. But anyway, can I see you like, share, subscribe, comment? All those things are fantastic. Head over to Rumble, baby, and subscribe to me there. That will make my life really genuinely good. So I am very, very grateful for you doing that. And then like, share, subscribe, comment. Now let me head over to me from like 45 minutes ago. Okay, here I am. Another great story that we're going to be talking about is Mandalorian, right? So this is I accidentally grabbed this screen grab. They've got a lot of them. 380, because there's just a lot. This is a high action episode. Right, but let's do a whole season recap. But this is so I grabbed this by mistake, but it actually it's very indicative. It's a good one to have because this is kind of a fulcrum moment. Connor Archer is talking about Picard. I've seen several comments noting that the original TNG crew were all there, apart from the obvious reasons Denise Crosby and Will Wheaton. I don't know what the obvious reason with Will Wheaton is. I thought it was on the was he sleeping with someone? I have no idea. And Denise Crosby, because she left or she's old. What are the obvious reasons? I really don't know. Okay, if you can tell me in code, I'll be really interested. Right? Okay, Will Wheaton, he's there. He's in everything now, isn't he? That Will Wheaton ready room is excruciating, right? It's absolutely excruciating. Like everything. I only see clips of it when they put it on Red Leather Media to take the piss out of it to show how awful it is, because it's genuinely awful, right? It is absolutely genuinely awful. Fine. He's a prick. Well, okay then. Fine. Let's talk about Mando, right? Or Mandalady, right? Or Lady Orion, right? So, essentially, at the end of season 2, we'd reached a natural finale, right? I think it's we had, so we had this story of Baby Yoda and Mando meeting up and forming a bond, right? That's essentially in a Western that led through it, and I think that basically worked very, very well. I think it was very strong. That's the first season. Second season, it going much more into who Baby Yoda was. You build up Moff Gideon a little bit, and then we had the wonderful Luke Skywalker reveal, and it seemed they were going off in a different direction from the sequel trilogy. Seemed very exciting, right? Then season 3, I kind of a massive handbrake turn, right? It's the in narrative, right? It seems to be going in a very different direction. So I believe, this is what I believe is going on with Jon Favreau. I think he's staying around because he thinks it's not. He thinks it's not over, right? He's biding his time to see who wins this war. If Kathleen Kennedy wins out. If Kathleen Kennedy wins out, well, he wins out. But I think he's there in case Star Wars can be saved. I might be just being very nice to him, right? I might just be looking at him, but that might be what's going on. And I think he's making good money as well. But I think he's there to make the best product possible. And for as long as possible, and they got quite a long time, avoid it running into the directly to the sequel trilogy. You say, well, Tzvi, we got the Praetorian Guard here. Yeah, but it can these. I think these were a great addition. I would like to know more about them, quite frankly. I think this is the thing that worked in The Last Jedi. It's the only thing that worked in The Last Jedi. I liked it a lot. But I still see it can veer off in a totally different direction, right? I don't think that everything is set until Kathleen Kennedy it goes, and I think she could go overnight. If the rumors are true, there is a rift. There is a big rift between her and Bob Iger. I don't know who can win that fight, but I think there is hope, at least, that Bob Iger take out Kathleen Kennedy. If that happens, Star Wars can be saved. Right? From this point, Star Wars can be saved. Now, there is the Kathleen Kennedy agenda of female representation, right? Or domination, right? Which is more, right? Which this met the remit of it, right? Definitely did. 100%. It veered it off into more about Bo-Katan. She was definitely the hero of this season. Until this episode, right? But she was certainly the most active, proactive, heroic person in the season. So again, we veered off in it. So now we do this handbrake turn, right? It's first we have the Mando episodes in Boba Fett, which is please can you just put them together as an interlude, right? I keep meaning to edit that together. I might well do that. Because they've numbered the episodes of Mandalorian, right? So I'll just do interlude, dun, 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 where he gets his new ship and Baby Yoda comes back. I think that's quite an easy edit job. I really got to get around to doing that. That would be awesome. So there's that. So there's that, and the what was I going to say? So yeah, so. It starts off here. He's got his new ship. Baby Yoda's come back. He's decided he would rather be a Mandalorian than a Jedi, which is again, it seems like really. Well, I mean, I'm happy to get them back together, so I didn't really question it. But like, really, we go more into Mandalorian culture in this one, which I like a lot. I mean, Mandalorian culture, very Jewy. Right, this is the way. Halakha, that's the what we call Jewish law. This is the way. The bar mitzvah. Again, the always wearing the helmet. It's weird and doesn't work, right? I'm like, how? I don't you get sweaty, right? I don't know. But I don't really care about the logic of it because I have enjoyed this whole season. Let's look up an episode, guys. I'll go over the episodes. 1 second. Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, I would happily rewatch this season. Mandalorian episode. Honestly, I think Katie Sackle's very good, right? It's weird because I went back and I've been watching first season of Battlestar Galactica because I think she's been so good in this. I find her hotter now. Like, how old is she? Let's have a quick look. Katie Sackhoff. American, she's Canadian, I thought. She's 43. She's younger than I thought. So in Battlestar Galactica, she must have been really young. Hey, I do think she looks better. Anyway, let's go to episode guide. Doink. Fine. So, wrong thing. What happened there? Oh, there you go. Now I've lost the window. No, not there. There you go. Found it. Fine. Episode 1, The Apostate. So can we go? What was that? This is one where they it starts off with the Mando bar mitzvah, right? And they when she's getting the helmet and for some reason living somewhere where giant monsters are eating them, it doesn't work. Mando flies in and saves everybody. Look, Mandalorians are getting their ass kicked too much in this. Essentially, that's my big complaint, right? So he's like, look, if I go to Mandalore, Mines of Mandalore's a bathe, I think I can do it, right? Will I be clean against this? She goes, this is the way. Attempt to leave Navarro. And then he tangles with the pirates. Pirates, I found like an intro, bad writing in this one as well. Yeah, he said, and I got to get IG-11 back. But he goes crazy and he can't save him. And so he's like, no, I need IG-11, only IG-11. So he has to go off to a different planet to try and get something. But in the meantime, he goes to see Bo Kreese, what's the name? Bo-Katan Kreese, to say he's going to Mandalore, right? So next episode, Mines of Mandalore, excellent. Bo-Katan Kreese comes in much, is the hero of the episode, but it's a great episode. Listen, I love the villain. The villain in this was fantastic. That android thing with it went to different bodies. Had a great fight with Bo-Katan with the Darksaber, knowing how to wield it. Very entertaining, right? Good baby Yoda, like everything. I like the so yeah. This is an example. It's a episode that really worked. So then we take this weird the convert, right? So she ended up in the waters, so she's also bathed, and now she's becoming kind of more like more of the orthodox Mandalorian. She's kept her helmet on, right? So they go back to her house and find that her castle's been destroyed by TIE fighters. So it must be something to do with what's the name? Admiral Thrawn is getting about a bit, right? Meanwhile, you have another story. We have Dr. Pershing on Coruscant with and it's like his rehabilitation and being duped by this transy-looking woman who's evil, who's a convert for the Empire, but not really. And he ends up getting his mind reaved, which apparently means they get all the information from him that they want. And he's probably dead, right? So I didn't really understand any of that one. The Foundling, I love this one, right? With the flashback to Order 66 with what's the name? Armin Best as the super cool Jedi. Oh, right. So this one, they start talking about Mandalorian training. It's kind of cool. And for me, all this works. I like this. This feels like authentically. No, this doesn't feel. This feels like authentically in the Star Wars universe. I feel the story is a bit meandering and doesn't know where it's going at this point. But the flashback is fantastic, where you see the night of Order 66 when he meets this super cool Jedi. That was great, right? So the next, and at the beginning, this was a great episode. I did like this episode. The kid, the bar mitzvah kid, gets snatched up by a giant bird thing, and Bo-Katan goes to who's now more religious, goes to fly. Is the only one who has a ship to be able to find out where it is. And so she leads a mission to save the kid. It's Mandalorians being Mandalorian. Again, I wish they were a little bit more badass, right? Which they're not, right? Things take them too long to kill. And especially when we reach the season finale, right? I think they need to be a bit tougher. Although in the last episode they were. But generally speaking, excellent episodes, right? So then, it goes back to Apollo Creed's planet, and there's these what's it called again? Pirates, right? Pirates are taking over and attacking it. So in exchange for a place to live, all the Mandalorians come and take out the pirates. The armor is awesome. Right, I freaking love the armor when she goes into combat. It's again, I like that exploration of the culture. For me, that sort of stuff is really working. So the Mandalorians now have a home on Karga's planet, on Apollo Creed's planet. So then the armor says, "Okay, Bo-Katan, take your helmet off because you can unite all the Mandalorians." So there's only 2 tribes so far. But because you can have hat on, a hat off, it's all cool, baby. Meanwhile, Moff Gideon has escaped, right? So the infamous Guns for Hire, the one that everybody hated, right? Everybody hated with Lizzo and Jack Black. They got to go. So they got their band of Mandalorians that Bo-Katan wants to recruit back. And they are on the planet of Lizzo and Jack Black, and it's a stupid planet where everyone's indolent assholes and the worst people ever, right? And they basically sort out their problem with Christopher Lloyd, who gives a shit, and they come back. And he they pledge allegiance to her when Din Djarin gives the dark saber to Bo-Katan because she won it in combat in the second episode. Fine. So the spies were the penultimate one where they decided to go and retake Mandalore, and Moff Gideon is like, no, we will deal with the Mandalorians. Grogu gets a IG-88 suit he can run around in. It's pretty good. So they go, this is the planned retaking of Mandalore. So they go down there and they find starving Mandalorians there, still doing the Mandalorian law, and they're there to find the Great Forge, right? And they get there, and they find an Imperial base, and they get 1 second, doink. Instead, they find an Imperial base, and they get themselves ambushed, right? Leading to this moment, right? So this is Doomcock, who his theory, and I think it's a pretty strong one, is that this is Jon Favreau signaling that his vision had been derailed, because this Mandalorian was always represented by Jon Favreau, right? He's the one with the big gun. I like this Mandalorian. So he takes on the Praetorian Guard after killing a bunch of. So now Moff Gideon's got a whole bunch of new stormtroopers who have Mandalorian armor, and they're basically like Mandalorian troopers, right? They have all the Mandalorian, which as we're going to see, and they get trapped. Din Djarin is captured, and Bo-Katan uses the darksaber to hack her way out of a security door. So the Mandalorians can escape, but Bo-Katan, Din Djarin is captured, right? So that's where we're starting up from. Okay, fine, but yeah. So I thought it was quite apt that we had the screen go dun dun dun, and this is always the sign of bad Star Wars. I'm afraid, always will be the Disney Star Wars logo. Fine, so the Bo-Katan is legging it from the Imperials. There's a guy flying up and saying, "No, the Imperials here. You have to tell them to everybody to evacuate." I do like this Mandalorian who's flying up to into space. I like that they can do that. That's pretty darn cool, right? And so this is the Imperial Mandalorian forces, who I believe are clones as well. Right, and lots and lots of very cool Mandalorian fighting in this, like lots of cool. Okay, so Din Djarin is captured, but he's Din Djarin, and he fights him off. Great fighting, right? Great Mandalorian fighting. It's just, but they have like flamethrowers and all the Mandalorian stuff as well, like the lasso thing that comes from their thing. But then as he's taken down, Grogu comes back and saves us. No, because it's IG-88, so it can only go no. So apparently that's I don't know what that is. It's making him feel better somehow. And they get yay, Baby Yoda, we love it. So there's a great scene again, delivering, really, absolutely delivering, where he says, "Okay, Baby Yoda, we have to go through this together and take out Moff Gideon once and for all. You and me together. Are you ready for this, Baby Yoda?" Fuck yes! Fuck yes! Yes! Dun dun dun. The return. Okay, so Bo-Katan's forces legging it, and they fight, and they eventually find shelter. Meanwhile, all the TIE fighters take off, and they're going to take out the Mandalorian forces up above, right? And meanwhile, they're tracking Baby Yoda. Has apparently got a green dot, and Din Djarin got a red dot. Said, "Oh, I'll use my Mandalorian armor to go get them." And I didn't realize he's cheating so much. He's got cyberneticized Mandalorian armor, so he's got like super strength. Bit of a cheat, I think, but never mind. So they're going looking for him and said, was it Red, whatever his name is? I'm going to need your help, buddy, to find where we're going. So I like that he's able to like scoot around on a on his hobby things. And this kind of makes me feel like Droids, but live action, and it really kind of works. Like you got the Imperial ones, like you have to watch out for. As he does this seem very phallic to you? Seems very phallic to me. So they're looking for where Moff Gideon is, right? And he gets the schematics. Meanwhile, I love this. Mandalorian flies just into space, right? And it's everybody get ready. There's a bit of an ambush, and instead of telling them to evacuate, he says, "Everybody, we got to go and fight. We got to evacuate the ship now because they're going to blow us up, right? Everybody get to the drop ship. So you got to battle for Mandalore, right?" Said, "I'll take the capital ship," and so it's very cool. They all jump out there, Mandalorian down to the drop ships, right? And then they head up. It's awesome, okay? It was just awesome. And a great shot. The drop ships go down through the clouds, and then the TIE fighters come right up, and the bombers, right? It really is great. So good aerial battle. He turns on the batteries, right? But he has a plan. Okay. Meanwhile, so this is another awesome scene, right? This is another freaking awesome scene. It's for some reason there's a bunch of these gates up, and it says, "Okay, Red, I want you to disable them when I tell you, one at a time." And so it's got Mando just going taking on all these like all these Mando troopers. And he goes, "Okay, you wait here," or whatever. And again, great fighting scene after great fighting scene, right? And he's picking up different weapons as he goes through. Really excellent, right? Just really excellently delivering, and keeps going. But the Imperial droid finds him, and so he can't open the last one. Fine, and so he's got to go and deal with them. But finally, he gets through the last one and takes them all out. Great scene, right? And then Red's got to go and fly off. So now, next thing they find is Moff Gideon's secret plan, which is all these clones of Moff Gideon, but he's managed to isolate the Jedi gene, the Force user gene. So, so he's going to be like super invincible, right? He'll be a Jedi, a Mando Jedi Imperial. So they blow up all his clothes. Meanwhile, Mando's doing Mando shit, being Mandos. They arrive. They arrive with this secret garden to hide out and regroup. See, again, for me, this feels like an alternative culture in the Star Wars universe. This matches really the Jedi culture. I like having the Mandos and the Jedis. It feels like organic to the same universe, right? And I think it's working. Again, Katie Sackle, fantastic through this, right? How old if she's 43 now? So she must have been 22. She must have been really young in Battlestar, right? And I say, old plants are growing again, right? We cultivated flowers. Life always finds a way. We will rebuild Mandalore for the Mandalorians. So reinforcements show up, and they're like, they go into battle, and I do have this tune for Rocket Robin Hood going through this. Dun 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 dun. It's Rocket Robin Hood, and they all fly on their jetpacks. But it's so cool, and it's kind of I do feel this meshes with the the morning serialness feel that George Lucas was going for. Maybe that's why this is working, right? Off goes the armorer into battle. It's awesome, right? It is awesome. Yeah, Bo-Katan pulls out the Darksaber, and onward to victory. It really is absolutely emotionally delivering with the action, right? Yes, that's why this works. It emotionally delivers with the action, right? And they fly into combat against these Imperial Mandos, and it's awesome. There's a doink, and they're like hacking bits off each other. I like the armorer's battle hammer, right? I think that's pretty darn cool. So Mando's there looking for Moff Gideon's got the slick Mando moves, and they basically get hurt in this way. Then finally you meet me, and he's with his huge mechy battle suit, right? One of Bo-Katan's Mandos is also a professional wrestler called Mercedes Moan, formerly Sasha Banks when she was in the WWE. She managed to tornado DDT Boba Fett in season 2. I don't know what tornado DDT is, but that sounds like a sex thing, and good for Boba Fett. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so now we're at I think a satisfying final confrontation, right? This is the same satisfying final confrontation as the Emperor and Darth Vader with Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. This is born throughout the plot, right, and had been built up. So yeah, I think I think this is just everything carries on from this, along with everything else in the episode. Absolutely excellent, right? So the he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you," and he puts in his Mando helmet, and it's a great battle to the death, and Moff Gideon is super stronger than Mando, and Mando's outgunned, but he holds his own. And then the Praetorian Guard show up again. He has to fight them too. And again, I like the Praetorian Guard, right? I don't hold it against them that they were in was it Last Jedi? That was shit. There's time until there isn't. I think we got like a good 10 to 15 years before we really link up with the again, we got a good 10 years before we have to link the Mandoverse to the sequel trilogy. I think they can get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. If Bob Iger can take her out, happy day. Then everything changes direction again, right? Absolutely. But again, I think that this was a good element. So the Praetorian Guard are taking out Mando, and I like their lightsaber-ish kind of weapons as well. Then in comes Baby Yoda. No. So they go and attack him. So that's not really the best of news because it's Baby Yoda, right? He's not like he's not that handy against these things that took out the Jon Favreau Mando, right? So maybe not the best of things. Okay, 1 second. And so he's cut off. And Moff Gideon's like taking him on. Meanwhile, the aerial battle. Oh, man, I love the armor. The armor is awesome. So this is real genuine depth in it because they're terrifying, and they're good enemies, and you don't know how Baby Yoda's gonna get through it. So they take out the IG-88 and he jumps out, and he's like he's able to run from them. Din Djarin's trying to get back there. I do like that the Moff Gideon and the Mando troopers, right, have flamethrowers as well. I think it's cool. Not fair. He's got like super strong hands, right? So he's knocking 7 stays the hell out of Mando because he's basically fighting a droid. And then but again, the Darksaber looks awesome. Bo-Katan shows up. And it's and so now she has a final showdown with Moff Gideon, something that she's long dreamed of, right? Again, this is epic final countdown thing. This is because she was the one who took the he was one who really destroyed Mandalore, like really made it hurt. And so now he's got like this anti-lightsaber weapon, right, or whatever it is. Meanwhile, Grogu's in trouble, and in comes Mando and basically takes them all out as awesome fight. Another awesome, great fight. We have Bo-Katan versus what's it called again? Moff Gideon as General Mayhem goes on outside. Great fight with Mando versus the Praetorian Guard as well, who apparently also have Beskar armor, which is why they're there. Meanwhile, the capital ship is crashing, right? And he wants to crash it down onto the base. So he says, "All Mandalorians, get out! I'm going to destroy the Imperials," right? It's really fantastic. Meanwhile, destiny is being decided in this climactic fight, right? Which does not go well for Bo-Katan. She fights him, and he grabs. He grabs it, and with this mechanized hand, he squeezes it so hard it crushes and destroys the Darksaber. Now I'm like, can't they rebuild it? Like, can't they repair it? I think they probably could. Call Luke Skywalker. I think they, maybe as a a nice gesture, he could help fix it, right? And then he's like whips the helmet off, said, "Oh, I'll never surrender. Then you will die." Said, but Mandos are stronger together. Pew 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 pew. Right. Meanwhile, the capital ship is falling down. He shoots out window and flies off as all the Mandos fly out. Right. And basically, it's just like they keep slugging away at each other, and as they're fighting to the death, right? As the ship falls, and he's engulfed in flames, so he's finally dead, and it looks like they're going to die too. But Baby Yoda saves them. Oh, so cool, right? And the firestorm eventually burns itself out. And they have taken Mandalore. Right, yub, 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 yub. Essentially, that's what we are. We're in yub, yub territory. Good news for them, right? So now, again, this is so much Jewish lore as well, because we have this is all our traditional returning to our homeland. So they're in the mines of Mandalore, and it's the first bar mitzvah where they get the, with the waters of the mines of Mandalore. And they're redoing it. This is the way. This is the way. So then, okay, I cried. That's the yes. I not as much as I did in Picard. That was a lot. Yes, I cried a lot in Picard. So he's like, I want to take Baby Yoda as my foundling, my apprentice, right? He said, but he's too young to speak the creed. He can only stay a foundling. He's like, oh. So in that case, he said, in that case, I want to adopt Baby Yoda, Grogu, as my own. So it was like just such a lovely moment. I cried, like, oh. And he goes, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Dunk, 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 dunk. They do their gauntlets. This is the way. And you are now, was it Din Grogu or Grogu? No, Din Grogu, right? And Din Grogu looks down in the waters, and deep down in the waters, there is the Mandalorian thing, right? Whatever it's called. That thing, right? A good omen for Mandalore as they now they reestablish the Great Forge, and Bo-Katan lights it, whoosh, and everything. It's all good news. They're all like, "Yay, Mandalore!" Da, da. Meanwhile, Din Djarin and Din Grogu fly off to the planet Hawaii, where the Imperials are hanging out. And says, "Okay, I got good news for you. I've got I've got to find work, and I'm available for a contract basis for anything you can't handle." Certainly, he's going to be working for the Empire unofficially, right? And in exchange, he wants that IG-88 head. Well, Grogu wants it, so it's fine. You give me that as a down payment. So okay, that's our setup for next season. Fine, here we can go, moving on from here. And again, I feel this is a great stopping point. Hey, how you doing, Apollo Creed? We got some. He gives him like a little cottage he can go hang out in for helping out. Thank you. I hope you spend more time here. And so we got you a present as well. And in comes IG-11 or IG-12, I can't remember. IG new head, been repaired. He's the new town marshal, right? Okay. So it ends up very, very nicely. He's on his little ranch with his little ship, and he just sits there and puts his feet up while Baby Yoda plays with a little frog in the false, floating nicely in the air. And did you get an iris out onto them? And yeah, that's the end of the episode. Written by Jon Favreau, based on Star Wars by George. It felt like based like Star Wars by George Lucas, right? I just think this one worked completely. Really, genuinely delivering everything you could want, right? Like emotionally paying everything off. I just think that I can't believe actually I haven't even let my thumbnails imply me. Yeah, look, nice painting, nice place for it to end, right? I do think that this is a nice place, and if we never see it again, I'm fine with it at this point, right? I think we had 3 excellent seasons, and I really did very much enjoy this season, right? I think this season was good, man. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.